Welcome back. As I mentioned last week, we had an unprecedented amount of people getting in contact with us on all our different social media platforms, and we'd like to encourage you to continue doing that. This week, we've got our man Gavin back. He's not fed up anymore, so he's joining us, and we're going to ask him to give us a roundup of what exactly has been happening on our social media platforms. So Gavin, take it away. I've given you the intro.
Thank you very much, Brandon. As you quite rightly said, unprecedented amount of hits on our Twitter, Facebook, and our email platforms. If you guys haven't gotten in touch with us yet, the way to do it is go onto Twitter. It's at Clubhouse_TV. On Facebook /from the Clubhouse, and on email, like so many of you are doing, especially with the trivia question these days, as info@fromtheclubhouse.co.za. First up this evening, coming through on Twitter, it's OCC for Life. It's of course Ottoman Cricket Club. We were there last week, remember. They have done something very clever. They've actually recorded something, I think, off TV, and tweeted or retweeted it and loaded it onto, I think it might have been their YouTube channel, saying official opening of their OCC facility sponsored by the Turkish organization Tika. Footage courtesy from the Clubhouse. There, our name went international thanks to Ottoman Cricket Club. Then also Greenpoint Cricket Club, the club that we are featuring this week. They also have been busy on Twitter. I was out there last weekend with one of the camera guys and took a few selfies and just tweeted those selfies, and they actually picked up on it saying, looks like our chairman batting in the background. And then somebody said, oh Ross. I didn't say that, by the way. It was Greenpoint Cricket Club. Then also some news from Strandfontein Cricket Club. Ashley Thomas wanting to know, when is @Clubhouse_TV coming to at Strandfontein CC? Playing at home this week against Atlantis. They say, well, Clinton, I think, replied to that in the week, Clinton. We're not coming there this weekend, but sometime in the future. Clinton promised we will make a turn there at Strandfontein Cricket Club. I love it out in Strandfontein.
Well, do they feed you?
Well, I haven't been there yet, so I can't answer that question yet. Hint, hint. Then lastly, we got a second one coming from Kino02, also I think from Strandfontein Cricket Club. Remember, they were here a few weeks ago, and he was just commenting on what an experience he had being on set with us. You can do the same and send us your tweets to @Clubhouse_TV, or leave it on Facebook at From the Clubhouse, or info@fromtheclubhouse.co.za via email. Unfortunately, we don't do snail mail. We do have another surprise for you though, and if you've checked out the funny videos in the past, well, here's another one for you. And also after that, stay tuned, because I will be giving you information on how your funny video could win you a 750 Rand cake voucher courtesy of Made by Mom Cakes.
Called on a big effort from Walsh and Bishop, and he got that. Also from Benjamin. I like it. In all the hustle and bustle and tension of a test match, that was brilliantly done.
Well, there you have it. I've long since seen something as funny as that. If you think you can equal or even top that, all you need to do is get your funny footage into us. Do it on our social media platforms, either info@fromtheclubhouse.co.za via email, or @Clubhouse_TV. Do it on YouTube and just load the link onto Twitter, or you can just put the video onto Facebook @From the Clubhouse, and you could be the winner of that 750 Rand cake voucher. And we've all tasted those cakes. They are yummy, courtesy of Made by Mom Cakes.
Thanks for that, Gav. It certainly seemed like it was a bit of a mouthful for you. You even broke a sweat there with all those things that you had to go through. But thanks once again, and thanks for coming back after a week's break last week. And before we go, guys, your Twitter handle is Clinton. You're quite active from what I see on the platform. So just give the viewers your Twitter handle there again, or any other social media platforms for that matter.
Yeah, Brandon, definitely out there on Twitter, and I needed to rev it up a bit and try and get some followers going, because I'm not the most well-liked person out there also though. But my Twitter handle is Clinton_Dupree, and please do abuse it.
And yours, Gav? Well, I suppose everyone knows it by now, but if there's someone new that has just tuned in to see what From the Clubhouse is all about, give them your Twitter handle there. Maybe they'll even invite you for something to eat.
Yeah, maybe they'll start by liking my Twitter page first, or following me on Twitter first. It's at Gavin Arends. I keep it plain and simple. I've already gone on. I was the first one, by the way, to have tweeted our beautiful new orange shirts. So go and have a look-see and go and share them and go and reply to whatever you see on Twitter. Just remember to include at Clubhouse_TV when you do so.
And mine is Brandon Sportnut, or at Brandon Sportnut. Let me know what's happening at your club. Now it's time to get into the more active part of the show. I'm of course talking about what has happened in the past week, and we're going to look at the results, and after that some of the fixtures as well coming up for this weekend. Clinton, I want to start with you. There was a hub weekend, if I can put it that way, the Under-23 League, and there was lots of action. Can you just give us an update as to what exactly happened?
If you don't mind, I'll first give the viewers some intro as to the Under-23 League. It's something we kicked off this season, utilizing our 8 hubs within the province, allocated by Cricket South Africa. And then also we added additional teams to that, which includes the Provincial Academy, the Township 11, and then also covering the area in Milnerton. And this kicked off at giving players, club cricketers, another platform to set themselves up either for academy selection next year, or also even for provincial or semi-pro selection for the ensuing season. So once we had continued this league, our selectors will be out, obviously get some live scoring going around that, identify players who we can probably draft into a high performance for next winter. So it's quite an interesting thing, and it kicked off on the 8th, and the next set of fixtures on the 22nd. But the 8th of November in Pool A, Durbanville played against Helderberg out at Durbanville, and they convincingly beat Helderberg Under-23s. Mitchells Plain beat Kailicha by very much less than 10 runs, which is quite a good effort by Mitchells Plain. And then also Victoria, which is probably the most convincing win on the weekend, beat the Provincial Academy. Wow. Some of the academy players were represented in the semi-pro side against Boland, but Victoria went on and they beat them. Now, also with regards to these clubs, it's mentioned Victoria because they are the hub, but all clubs in close proximity can send their better players to an identification net, where the coaches and selectors obviously select these teams and they play, but the players must be under 23. So it's quite exciting and interesting, and we'll probably play about 6 rounds of fixtures, with the culminating of the final at Newlands in April next year.
Would you say that's your pipeline?
Well,
that
it would be part of the
hub.
pipeline is something different, because just creating another platform feeding into the pipeline, which bridges the gap between club cricket and semi-pro.
So certainly some interesting things that happened in Pool A. You had a look at Pool B, Gavin, and what stood out for you?
Yeah, well, what stood out for me is the last result that I'm going to mention. First up, those St. Augustine's Under-23. They did 1 over Lunga Under-23, so well done to them. Also, Tygerberg beating Primrose's Under-23 in the hub match. And then the last one, Milnerton Under-23 beating a Township 11. Now, this Township 11 comprises of black African cricketers in the various black African townships. Now, you've noticed that Lunga already played, so it really is casting the net wide, even to those who aren't really involved, constructively or through the structures of an existing club. Mm-hmm. The Township 11, I love that idea.
The next Temba Bavuma, the next Kagiso Rabada, they're out there. You know, I was listening to the sports minister the other day, and he was saying it's not that there's a lack of talent, it's a lack of giving people exposure to a sport, and that is why we missed the talent. And on that note, there's a couple of games coming up this weekend as well, Clinton. The upcoming fixtures are second division, and that we're going to be looking at tonight, because we make no distinction. It's not always just about Premier League. You know, we look at all different divisions. So what can you tell us about that particular division, and what games should we be looking forward to and possibly going out to watch?
There are 6 fixtures we are scheduled for that division. And I think I'll touch on the first 3, and I'll leave the rest to Gavin, because he always tends to take the most comfortable clubs down there. Peninsula Cricket Club will take on Kensington. That will be the first fixture in that league. CPUT will play Philippi. Now, we know CPUT had the issues with the protests, and they're back on things at the moment. Looks like they'll be fulfilling their fixtures now again, and the others will probably be rescheduled. And CPUT is also preparing for the USA week coming up, so good luck to CPUT. And then Delft Cricket Club is playing Samora Machel. A battle of the townships, and it could be an interesting fixture, because it seems like Delft is doing quite well in that league.
On your side, Gavin?
On my side, I've got Wraithby Cricket Club hosting Dunoon Cricket Club, then Hanover Park versus South Peninsula Cricket Club, and the last one, well, no game for Heiderveld Cricket Club. They're on a bye this weekend. Hashtag, or what is that? Hash fees must fall? I think it's hash buys must fall.
Well, there's lots of hash things that must fall these days. So, I don't know. You probably just added another one to it. On that note, Hanover Park Cricket Club, I don't know. Who are you choosing in that game?
Well, I know I haven't really seen an Oval Park Cricket Club. I've heard of South Peninsula, so I'm going to reserve my prediction on that one.
Are you reserving it?
I reserve my prediction, but
that's
as
a
I
first.
have said, I have heard of South Peninsula before.
Well, I've heard of Hanover Park as well, and I have it on good authority that there was a certain former Proteas coach that was out there at the club in recent times helping them out. So good luck there with you reserving your right on South. I'm saying nothing. I'm just saying possibly you never know what can happen when you get the right sort of help.
Hashtag reserves must fall.
Okay, no more hashing anything. Is that where we're leaving it? The only hash that we've got is Hashim Amla that's playing in India. But Gav, before we wrap it up, and in terms of your fixtures, I want to go straight back now to the trivia, because there might be people that don't know what's going on and they want to win their tickets. They're possibly just watching tonight because they want to win the tickets. So just give us a recap.
Yeah, here's a recap in case you've missed it earlier on in the show. Tonight's trivia question is quite straightforward. One is a cricketing related question, or cricket rules and measurement related question. How long is a cricket pitch? What is the length of a cricket pitch? Either you can give it to us in yards or in meters. Either one is welcome. Get it through on our social media platforms at Clubhouse_TV. That's our Twitter handle. Also, just leave it on Facebook /From the Clubhouse. Equally, just email it through to us at info@fromtheclubhouse.co.za, and you can stand in line to win one of 2 sets of 5 tickets, family sets, to the next Cape Cobras game here at PPC Newlands. That's the Ram Slam T20 game against the Titans.
Well, gentlemen, that's where we leave tonight's show. Thanks, Gavin. Thanks, Clinton. Looking forward to your company again next week. And of course, we're looking forward to your company next week as well. We have a very special feature. It's the Western Province kit handover for all A teams that will be taking place here at PPC Newlands. But from the panel and the crew, good night.